Do you know at one point in 2004, the Sahara Group was the second largest employer in India after the Indian Railways. According to the Time magazine, the group had a whopping 1.2 million workforce. And Subrata Roy, the man behind the conglomerate, ticked the boxes for multiple types of stories. His was one of the most famous rags to riches stories of India. His was a story of building a multi-billion-dollar business conglomerate after starting out with a tiny capital. His was a story of bringing glory to a relatively smaller city and hobnobbing with the rich and famous. And then the ultimate story of his spectacular rise and then the spectacular fall following SEBI's crackdown in 2014. On 14th November 2023, at the age of 75, the Sahara Group chief died in a Mumbai hospital of cardiorespiratory arrest. Roy was born in 1948 in Araria in Bihar, and his entrepreneurial journey began in UP's Gorakhpur. In 1976, at the age of 30, he took charge of Sahara Finance, which was originally a chit fund company. Within 2 years, he transformed it into the Sahara India Parivar. While he started with a modest capital of 2,000 rupees, he built the Sahara India Group, which according to their website had 9 crore investors and customers and a net worth of 2,59,000 crore rupees. 5,000 establishments under them and over 30,000 acres of land. Subrata Roy also introduced the designation managing worker for himself. The enterprise owned landmark global properties including New York's Plaza Hotel, which in fact was referenced in the iconic sitcom Friends, and London's iconic Grosvenor House, a luxury hotel. Roy had expanded the business across a vast number of sectors. Finance, which of course is where they started out, and Sahara India Financial Corporation Limited was also the conglomerate's flagship. Their customers included small investors like tea stall owners who invested a very small amount of money even on a daily basis and were promised an assured income in return. Agents of Sahara actually used to go door to door to collect these smaller amounts. This was probably the first time in India that such segments of society were brought into the regular habit of investment. Manufacturing. They owned a sugar factory, a distillery, and a power generation plant. Aviation. The group owned Air Sahara, which was a commercial airline which in 2006 was sold to Jet Airways. Media. The conglomerate owned Sahara One Media and Entertainment. This had 3 Hindi channels, 1 movie channel, and an entertainment channel. Sahara Movie Studios was also a part of a bunch of big Bollywood hits, including Salman Khan's Wanted and Amitabh Bachchan's Sarkar. Sports. Sahara sponsored, of course, the Indian cricket and hockey teams, and also in 2011 got a 42.5% stake in the Force India F1 racing team. This was in fact co-owned by none other than Vijay Mallya. And housing. This started in the early 2000s when the conglomerate fortified its presence in the real estate sector with Sahara India Real Estate Corporation and Sahara Housing Investment Corporation. Incidentally, these are the companies which the SEBI later cracked down against. At the peak of his power, Roy was surrounded by top industrialists, movie stars, and big shots of corporate India. His house in Lucknow, Sahara Sheher, was known for hosting huge events with famous guests. But then in 2011, the cookie crumbled with the Sahara chit fund scam. The trouble first began in 2009 when Sahara Prime City filed a DRHP with SEBI for an IPO. The DRHP had some tax-related issues relating to accepting a form of debt securities from investors against cash instead of against checks or demand drafts, which were mandated by law. This money was apparently being used to develop Ambi Valley, a luxury township in Maharashtra. After a host of face-offs in 2011, market regulator SEBI directed the Sahara India Real Estate Corporation and the Sahara Housing Investment Corporation to reimburse funds amounting to over 24,000 crore rupees that they had acquired from over 3 crore investors, saying that these funds raised in the bond scheme violated regulatory norms. In 2012, the Supreme Court upheld the SEBI mandate, after which Sahara was asked to deposit around 24,000 crore rupees with SEBI to reimburse the investors, though the group repeatedly denied any wrongdoing and claimed that they repaid a huge chunk of investors. In 2013, Sahara famously sent 127 trucks which had over 30,000 cartons of over 3 crore application forms and over 2 crore redemption vouchers to the SEBI office when they were asked for proof of repayment. In 2014, Roy was arrested and he stayed in Tihar jail till 2016. Since then, he has been out on bail. Most of the properties of the group were attached by the IT department. The SC ordered the auctioning of nearly 40,000 crore Ambi Valley City. Earlier this year, a website was opened where Sahara Group depositors could claim their refund in 45 days. According to reports in 2014, only 4,600 investors came forward to collect their refunds and SEBI was unable to trace the rest. With the demise of Subrata Roy, all eyes will now be back on the undistributed funds of over 25,000 crore rupees lying with the SEBI.